Hi guys, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and I just wanted to say that I have felt very blessed to have you guys on my channel for a year. For all of you guys who have stood by me through all of the different transformations that I've done with my channel, with my readings, with my monthly. First I was going to do it, then I wasn't going to do it. I really want to say thank you for hanging in there. And even though I know some of you don't believe in Christmas, for the people that do, and Christmas is obviously one of my most favorite times of the year, I deeply want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, from my family to yours, from Annette's Astrology Corner to yours, I want you to just have the most beautiful and happy holidays and beautiful, rich Christmas season. And for those of you that don't celebrate Christmas but do like to have some fun around the holidays, I really hope that you just have an extremely fulfilling holiday season. Anyhow, guys, this is my puppers, and he wishes you a Merry Christmas too. Hi Virgo, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your December forecast. And for you, your ruler is going to be in Capricorn, and as of the 9th, and it is going to be in your 5th house. So your 5th house is that house of personal pleasure and satisfaction. It's the house of emotional pleasure as well. It's the house where you take a risk and you do something that maybe has an iffy outcome, but inevitably gives you the passion and desire that you need. It's about fun, games, hobbies, children. It's really honestly all of romantic, your heart, creativity is a big focus of this particular house. So for you, at the beginning of the month, on the 4th, Venus moves into Scorpio. This is going to be happening in your 3rd house. So that is the house of communication. So your ruler is going to be in Sagittarius on the 4th, and then on the 9th it goes into Capricorn. So for you, this has to do with, okay, so Mercury in Sagittarius is aligned with the Sun in Sagittarius. Mercury is a very fast-moving, especially in Sagittarian energy. It's very optimistic, it's very fun, it's very passionate energy. It's all about feeling super confident. So you have all this energy in your 4th house. You feel very optimistic. You may want to move. You may want to change something in your house. There may be something tied to home and family that is really starting to plug you in. But then you have it conjunct with the Sun in your 4th. So this is aligning with the way you think, with what you want, a desired outcome. So this is actually having the tenacity and the strength to move forward confidently with the power of fire behind you, mentally, both mentally and aligning you with your core. So this is about having confidence. This is about thinking outside the box, and this is about energy where you're open to change. You're very, very open to change. Where you could hold yourself back is you don't appear to be open to change, or you don't appear to others that you are as enthusiastic as you feel internally. So you have to align yourself, your day-to-day routines, your mental well-being routines, your work routines with this new outcome. It's like you have all this stuff internally going on, and you have all this passion deep brewing within inside, but it's not coming out of you quite the way that you want to. So this can lower your vibration and not make you get what you want. You could simply train out this Uranian energy, and you cannot get a whole lot out of this because you could be so mutable that you just don't make any decision. When Venus moves into Scorpio in your 3rd house, you know, you're going to want to hold back, I think, and you're going to want to assess conversations before you have them. It's almost like you carry around this little secret inside of you, especially when it comes to the heart and anything that you deeply desire and want. And you could be going about everything in a very passive aggressive way, or manipulating the situation to try to get what you want, to see if that's what you really want. You may feel some of that on the 4th. On the 9th, we have Mercury moving into Capricorn. All of this is going to be happening in the 5th house. Mercury in Capricorn in your 5th house is going to be sextiling Venus and Scorpio in your 3rd. This is when you start to align yourself more with taking a calculated risk. This is about being mentally up to the challenge. This is about you have a very methodical process that you have thought through since between the 4th and the 9th. And you are ready to make some forward movement in conversations. You may be withholding some of the information ideally, but for the most part, there is something that you're thinking about moving forward. And this could definitely have something to do with the fact that you just are trying to get yourself to outwardly portray what you want. And there could be this is going to be a conflict that you experience pretty much all month long, is that there's so many goals that you want, but the way that you go about getting them is more mentally internal than it is going to be outwardly. And so getting your day-to-day routines to support what you want, it's almost like you want it, but you don't want to move forward to get it, and you don't want to take the action that's required to get what you want, because it's almost like there's a change, and in making that change means you're accepting the change in your life, I want to say, and it's good, but I just think that there's something not quite aligned with you. Then on the 11th, we have a new moon in Sagittarius. This is going to be happening in your 4th house. This new moon in your 4th house in Sagittarius means there's probably something that you've got to make a change with revolving your house. This could be moving. This could be something where you have to take some action. Maybe you need to move. Maybe you need to move in with somebody. Maybe you're trying to align yourself. Maybe if a child wasn't living with you, maybe that child needs to move home. There's something having to do with that. But it's a new beginning in any way, and it's very highly supported. Beautiful energy, lots of conversation, this is going to feel you emotionally with desire to want to make these changes. It could mean some short journeys that you have to make kind of outside of your immediate area, where you have to go and assess things to see if that's what you need to do to align yourself with your purpose. Mercury in Capricorn is about managing your time very efficiently. You're going to have a strong desire to control an outcome. And you're going to feel very enthusiastic about the outcome. So this will give you a lot of emotional momentum. And Neptune is getting on board with all of this optimistic energy, making you extremely idyllic and very hopeful in this energy. Beautiful new moon for you. Lots and lots to put your energy into and get some payoff from. On the 19th, we have Mercury in Capricorn aligned with Pluto and Capricorn in your 5th house. So Mercury in Capricorn conjunct with Pluto in your 5th house is going to be sextiling Venus in Scorpio and sextiling Chiron in Pisces. So if there is something that is unexpected, adapt with it. Don't try to control it. I think what can happen on the 19th is we have the planet of power, and we have Mercury, which is this little fast-moving planet, and then we've got this really calculating, cold planet of Pluto. So there's going to be a need to share and set some goals and make them align with your personal power, but there could be some energy in here where you don't value yourself enough to go the distance, to take the chances, to take the risks that it takes to elevate your status and move forward and secure some of this. It could be something that is creative, and maybe that creativity makes you feel a little bit vulnerable because it is somewhat out of the box of what you've been doing. It could mean something like that, especially when it comes to a work-based. Maybe some of you want to start your own business, and you've been thinking about it for a really long time, but you know that you're starting from scratch, and that can be feel too risky, and you have to align yourself with your personal power and make sure that you value yourself enough that you know others will value what you have to give. That can happen around the 19th. On the 21st, we have the sun moves into Capricorn. At the same time, there's a gorgeous kite in your 5th house. This is about elevating your status. This is about feeling really good about yourself. So we have a moon in Taurus, the top of this trine. Then we have Jupiter in Virgo, which is in your 1st house, aligning you with self in your work routines, your mental well-being routines. This is really, honestly, I think this is about getting your personal power lined up with your day-to-day routines, that thinking, that follow through that you need to do on a day-to-day basis to change an outcome. And then it is about finding the momentum to keep it there, meaning, there's got to be some personal pleasure associated with this. Now, normally an earth trine is just this really chill trine that you would just enjoy, and you'd be super thankful and very modest in this energy, but you have it being elevated by Venus. So this could be a powerful conversation. This could be somebody that is motivating you. This could be a trip that puts like you went away for the weekend and there was an opportunity. This is good energy. This is long range goals. But it is aligning yourself with doing what it takes. Say you don't have a job, or say you have to change a job right around this time. This could mean that you have to be on the internet searching for a job, and you have to sell yourself. And you have to be very forward. You have to pull out the appeal that you have and bring it out into the open, and you can't guard it and be conservative. You have to be a Scorpion in this, and you have to show them there's something super value about you. If they just bite on the morsel that you have, then you can show them, but it's almost like you need some sort of oomph to get you to do that, because I do want to say that there is something that I want to say that for some of you, you don't have a partnership, or you don't have a support system in place that makes you feel valued. So it's almost like you're not valuing yourself. For some of you, you're going to fall into this lower vibration, and you're having to stand up and individualize yourself and seek the value in yourself. This is something you need to stand alone and do. This isn't something that somebody can do for you. I'm telling you, some of the most beautiful transformation I've ever had came from moments where I did them all on my own. I didn't have a soul, and I didn't have anybody to pat me on the back. I was all I had, and it was a beautiful energy. Then on the 24th, Christmas Eve, we have a really weird Christmas Eve. Pretty much everybody has a weird Christmas Eve. So Christmas Eve, Mercury in Capricorn is going to be trining Jupiter. So for you, you're feeling proud of yourself, and there's a sense of accomplishment and a sense of pleasure in this. Again, if you have not been following through, and you've been afraid to take risks, and you have these goals, but you just don't value yourself enough, you are going to fall into a quincunx, into some very difficult energy where you can be very dark and moody in this energy, and you can feel like you're just drowning and suffocating in this depressive state, because there's not some areas of your life quite full yet. There's not enough pleasure, or there's not a partnership that values you enough to keep you going. And so this is all about standing on your own and aligning yourself with your own accomplishments and giving yourself your own pat on the back. On the 25th, we have a full moon in Cancer, which is Christmas. This is all happening in your 11th house. Beautiful house for a full moon to happen in, because that's the house of hopes, dreams, and wishes. So it's an accumulative energy. It's a luminary, so it's going to illuminate a part of your life that you need to have some sort of clarity in, especially when this has to do with an emotional situation. So for you, Mercury and Capricorn is going to be in your 5th house. It's going to be conjunct with Pluto and Capricorn in the 5th house. It's going to be sextiling Venus in Scorpio and sextiling Chiron in Pisces. This is all about same energy we've been dealing with, just finding, you've got to find the pleasure in aligning yourself with your own personal power, the way that you think. This is all about transformation of your soul. Anytime you have this much work going on in Venus in Scorpio, this is about maybe a creative endeavor that you are trying to sell. You are trying to get somebody to buy it and you're getting turned down, and maybe people don't think it's as great as a product or as great of a creative investment as you do. And it's super frustrating for you to keep the emotional momentum going when there's so much, there's so many no's and not enough yeses. And so this may cause you to wonder if you should just throw in the towel and, you know, just go on a normal venture and not take so much risk. But that's not the supported energy. That will lower your energy, make you susceptible to this Uranian moment where you could have some sort of cumulative energy that jolts you and makes you have to choose to be confident, or you don't move forward and you sink in this energy. So be very mindful of that. On the 29th, we have Venus move into Sagittarius. This is going to be in your 4th house. Mercury is going to be in Capricorn. It is going to sextile Venus in Sagittarius in your 4th house. So we've got, again, a lot of energy asking us to become action-oriented. This is about aligning yourself, feeling full and sustained in your home and family environment, seeking pleasure in the small things. This is about taking a look, for some of you, at some deficiencies that you had in your childhood and filling your own cups. Don't let anybody else fill them up for you. I think you're starting to feel proud of yourself as you've been enduring this month, and you've been every day you've been adding to your life experience, and it's been you've been starting to build your own self. You've got some really great negative feedback and some really good positive feedback, and you've assessed all of that information, set better goals. It's rounded out your energy. And I want to say, as you take a look at this, it's broadened your perspectives, opened your mind to possibility. More importantly, it's redefined the way that you move forward and the risk that you take. This is a month, I think, that has more to do with you, aligning yourself with you. This has to do with you seeking gratification yourself. You getting out of your head and getting out of your mind, and maybe that there was some childhood issue that this month is really going to help you karmically work through and align yourself with better, so that you can have a really full and sustained life moving forward. Now, I like to end my readings with the energetic reading that I always prepare at the end. So for you, this is about, you have something in your hand. It's very heart-based. It's motivated from the part of your soul that is very genuine, very, very genuine, not ego-based, but very genuine, from your heart. And as you're moving forward, this is about being somewhat vulnerable in this energy and staying true to your ideas, holding it, no matter what people say, no matter how much they oppose it. Stay on top of your ego, stay on top of what you have to offer, stay on top of yourself. This is a strength building month. It is a power packed month. It's probably going to be a month that you don't necessarily forget, because There will be some triumphs in this month that will be a character builder and be completely beautiful. It could be a death to an old idea, and there could be some transformation that has in it, but the knowledge is going to be power in this. And the fact that you started to take some risks and there is some fulfillment that I think that you will begin to feel that it was either pivotal from this month, this is like the starting point, or this definitely is the month that you start to feel it. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again next month.